Hello, everybody. It's your friendly neighborhood INFP, and we are going to finish off the love languages with moi, or rather, I should say, my type, the INFP. The type that maybe no more than average people might be looking forward to figuring out what exactly is an INFP's love language, and of course, I can't talk based of my own love languages, mostly due to mine being slightly skewed to how most INFPs are going to be. See, my first love language, or one of my first love languages, is gifts, which is typically not how a lot of INFPs work. So we're going to start it off with the first love language for INFPs, and to absolutely no INFP surprise whatsoever, it is going to be with, say it with me now, that's right, quality time. INFPs value quality time. They value sitting together with their closest friends, family, and spending that time with them, listening to them, studying them, slipping into daydreams while they talk about boring subjects, but still being near them. Listening to them. They are going to be around when the friends need them. They're going to typically be that person who a lot of people will enjoy talking to because they're going to find INFPs good listeners, whether or not INFPs are actually paying attention to everything that is being told to them. But really what people mostly want is typically a sounding board, and INFP is usually perfectly fine being said sounding board, even if they do slip off into daydreams frequently. With that being said, quality time is of course going to be the first because of their enjoyment of spending that quality time with people, whether it be, them talking to them listening to them, or even going to watch movies together, TV shows together, playing games together. Anything that brings a group together that they are able to have that precious quality time with is going to be an INFP's jam, because it certainly is my jam. Next up is going to be words of affirmation for INFPs. They want to see people around them realize their potential. They want to see the people around them find themselves. They want to see the people come to a kind of self-awareness, self-understanding, to follow their dreams and passions and future goals. They may not know how to get a person there, but they are going to try and motivate that person to follow and basically first find who you are, and then find what it is you enjoy, find your future dreams, your future passions, and to continue doing those passions. I often talk to a lot of people trying to help them find their passions. Because INFPs can be very observant, they will see things that people are good at and will be like, hey, I think you're really good at this, I think you should pursue it. And they'll try and motivate you to go towards that path. It's like, oh, I see that you really enjoy tinkering with things. Have you ever thought of this? Or I see you, enjoy doing this with these kind of groups of people. Have you ever thought of doing this? Or I've seen that you're really good at math and enjoy numbers. Have you ever thought of doing these things? So they're very good at, brainstorming, giving ideas, helping people find themselves. Now, oftentimes people may not listen to said advice, but an INFP is still going to try and give it, still going to try and motivate them, still trying to understand them, still trying to uplift them, tell them that, that they do have a purpose, that they are, aren't as bad as they may seem, which is quite ironic because we INFPs are quite self-depreciating of ourselves. So the things we tell other people, we do not believe for ourselves. So we'll tell other people, you're amazing, you can do this, you should pursue this area of stuff, you have the ability, find yourself, do it, you have it in you. And then with themselves, especially with the perfectionistic side, they're going, wow, I suck, I am the worst human being on the face of the planet, I'm a failure. That hit a little too close to home, but yeah, words of affirmation is next. Following that, we're going to go with gifts. Now, gifts is a little bit higher on the list for me. Like I said earlier, INFPs, especially once again, because they spend a lot of time paying attention to people, observing people, knowing what people like, although some people can make it terribly difficult for them. Most of the time, they're going to try and get them a well thought out, a gift that represents that other person. If a person, whatever the person tells them, I would like this for a gift, an INFP might get them that gift, or they might get them a gift very similar to that, but they know that that person really wants it, so they will go and get it for them. I enjoy giving gifts. Other INFPs enjoy giving gifts. And one of the things that an INFP might like super enjoy doing is personalized gifts. So this could be things like poetry. This could be things like art. This could be things like a choose your own adventure story handpicked for that person they are giving that gift to, where they will proceed with the story for that person in their own choose your own adventure style. They will maybe even build something if they're good at with their hands, although I haven't seen a lot of INFPs be super handsy, so maybe not build things. A lot of it will come in writing, song, art, and other art forms, cooking. So basically they may bake them something, they may cook them something, or they may bake and cook them something and give them a gift on top of that, because they may not feel that, say, baking and cooking is going to be enough, so they're going to like give something on top of that with whatever it is that they know that the person enjoys. So because they are very observant and they pay attention to things, they are going to spend their time focusing on that, which is why it can be a very stressful thing for an INFP to go out gift buying. They care a whole lot about it, a lot more than some other people, because they want a really well thought out gift. If they know something about that person's personality, they will get something based on that person's personality. If they know something the person really wants, they will get something the person really wants. Like, they will see or hear a person talk about how they will really want to say this specific kind of ring. An INFP, if they have the means, will go and get them that ring. This is the kind of level of attention because an INFP wants a person to pay that much attention to them. They spend that much attention on the other person, even though very rarely will a person pay an equal amount of attention back onto an INFP, which is why when you give an INFP a gift and they realize that it is super personalized and something that they've really wanted or is true to them, they will feel super appreciative about it. For example, got a new wallet for my birthday that happened recently. Now, you might look at this and be like, hey, that's a neat wallet. Until you realize, I really like wolves. Like, wolves are 100% my favorite animal. I love wolves. So yeah, it could have been just like a standard black wallet with nothing on it. I would be like, but because it has the wolf paws and then it's got a wolf in there, super appreciative. INFPs drink that stuff up. We love that kind of stuff. We love stuff that tells us, you know us. You have paid attention to us. You know what we like. You know our favorite things. You know what we enjoy and have spent the time and effort to give us those things that we enjoy, even if it's not super expensive. So, for example, my favorite game is Zelda. The family member in my house will give me something Zelda related. It might not be super expensive, but I will be thrilled to bits about it because it tells me that they have paid attention, that they do care, that they do love. And other INFPs will likely feel the same with their own interests. So pay attention. If you have an INFP friend, pay attention to them, pay attention to their pay attention to the things they enjoy. And if you enjoy giving gifts, an INFP would love nothing more than getting something that tells them you have honestly, genuinely paid attention enough to get them something so personalized to who they are as a person and the things that they enjoy. Moving on, we have, oh, this is hard. I personally am touch starved, but I'm also not super active servicey either. And by other INFPs, are other INFPs more acts of service? I'm going to put acts of service. Yeah, I'll put acts of service fourth. Mine might be physical touch because that's what I'm craving right now due to being touch starved. But I'm going to put acts of service fourth. And the reason for this is because if there is a cause an INFP cares about, if there is a thing an INFP cares about, if there is something that an INFP feels very strong emotion towards, they cannot help but go and do something about it. If they feel like, if their heart bleeds for something, they will go and pursue that course of action, pursue some kind of humanities. They might become a nurse. They might end up helping the homeless. They might help out the youth. Okay, I help out the youth because I want to see them succeed in life. I want to see them grow. I want them to see them become better versions of themselves. So yeah, definitely acts of service, because especially if our heart is bringing us towards a certain thing, we're going to tend to gravitate towards that and try and do something about it, even if we're not very good at doing anything about it. Now, we're not like that with everything, and we're not like that within our own house. We're not going to go and clean up after you. We're not going to go and necessarily, okay, I will actually cook for you and I will actually bake for you. Putting that aside, there are certain services an INFP will do over other services an INFP will do. Let's just put it that way. We will put the services into the things that we enjoy or our heart bleeds towards, but the other stuff we're going to be like, yeah, I don't feel like doing that. I don't care how much you may feel, driven towards that. Yeah, not, But other things we will definitely 100% do, because we will naturally gravitate towards that. Mostly due to 5 being our top function and being fairly empathetic to various plights that may happen around us that cause us to be like, I gotta go and do something about this, or I want to see these people become this. So yeah, I'll put acts of service fourth. And then lastly, I will put physical touch. INFPs are not very touchy. We're not very huggy. In my case, I find touching and especially hugging, and then anything that goes beyond hugging of the same level of intimacy or higher level of intimacy, I feel hugging a super intimate act that should be reserved for, weirdly in my case, very special people. I will do it if it is demanded of it, but it's going to be very uncomfortable, and a lot of INFPs may find this also very uncomfortable, although this may change with women, but I still think that even INFP women are also going to be kind of hesitant towards hugging absolutely everybody and being super touchy-feely with everybody, because once again, with our feels, we tend to process that alone. We have a hard time trying to explain it to others, and we are, typically withdrawn on that, which also goes with the physical touch side of things. Now, once again, I have not been in a relationship, and I have not seen other INFPs in a relationship to give a good aspect of it, but even in a relationship, an INFP is going to leave the super physical touch related stuff into the utmost realms of privacy and intimacy, and they're going to be very hesitant to show PDA or public displays of affection or other types of that kind of stuff if they can at all help it. So with that being said, that has been the love languages for all the MBTI types, and as to what the next video is going to be in subject, who knows? But I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.